Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Trigger Kiss. We are still trying to go after Yamato, but we're still having some main story stuff going on, and we're still trying to recruit Mikado, which will be going on for a little bit longer. But yeah, let's go ahead and keep on trying. We learned a little bit about his past, and how he had an incident and his power has been cut in half, so he seems to be lacking in confidence. So let us see what kind of strategy we can come up with in trying to get him to join our team. You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story.
That couldn't be Koga's end goal, could it?
What? What do you mean?
Isn't Koga trying to refine my powers in his place? He gets in direct contact with superpowers, and he's getting a taste of his own strength as well.
Kinda like living vicariously through him?
Because any progress I make as a trainee would be thanks to Koga.
I get it. That's one way to think about it.
Koga must still be feeling something for Inasen. He must still want to compete.
What? If that's the case, then why was I part of the bet? Just for fun. Or a distraction, maybe? Well, actually, he probably really likes me. Because like I said, I'm just so darn cute.
Who knows? I'm not sure myself. Anyway, that's how things are. We only have one path we can take. I land a hit on Koga and win the bet. I believe that will help Koga too.
He's assuming an awful lot there. I mean, it's a good theory, but you don't know that for sure. Now that we've decided on that, we have to put together a strategy.
I gave it some thought, but the reason why Koga quit the Superpower Club was because it couldn't play at his best, right? Then we'll corner him somehow, and why not make him give his all fighting back?
Even though he can only perform at half of what he had before?
That's fine. The most important thing is to get him trying his very best. I mean, after all, doesn't running with all you got feel good? You sweat and you work so hard that you can't even speak anymore. When you reach that point, don't all your worries seem to fly away? Don't you start having some fun? I think trying your best is like that.
Huh. There are no horses opposed to running, and no birds that detest flying. Did they use that line in this game, or was it another game I heard that in recently? But I said, you don't know that. There might be horses that don't like running and birds that don't like flying. We don't know for sure. They can't talk to us and say. My mom said something like that before.
So, let's give Koga the opportunity. If the idea of being in our club is still a chore to him afterwards, it'll be out of our hands, but...
Well, we could still force him since it was a bet after all, but that would be mean.
I think there's a good reason to try.
Alright, Banri. Let's think up a strategy that'll put you and Mikado on a level playing field.
Yeah.
But because of Mikado's skill, it'll be tough trying to corner him with the ability you have right now. We'll have to start from there.
Oh, come to think of it. What was your power again, Sendo?
Oh, back to that again.
You still haven't told me, right?
Oh, alright. Everything in mind, this isn't really the time to be embarrassed. You can't tell anyone else, okay? My power is... Ah, she actually told him. That's when it happens. Oh, or maybe not. Now then, let's move on to this week's events. A voice from the TV in the lobby pierces my scope of hearing. I'm not sure who's watching it, but it looks like they left it on. The reconstruction of Akizuki Station's linear rail to a double track has experienced delays. Huh. Reconstruction on the linear rail?
What's the matter, Sendo?
I thought of something good.
Oh, really? Just, what did you...
It's... I guess we'll find out later. Don't leave us hanging! Episode 15, B-Team is formed! Hooray! That sounds promising. Guess Mikado is practicing.
1, 2, 3, 4. No good, huh? When I focus the electron in all directions, the area it covers gets awfully small. At best, the radius is about 1 meter tops. No way I can compete like this. But wait a second. If I focus electron only on my blind spots, the area would get bigger, wouldn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, this works pretty good. The sensitivity is the same. This may work fine where there aren't too many signals going around,
But who knows how it'll be in a stadium. Man, what am I gonna do? I can practice all I want, but I won't find a place to use it. And the only thing holding Akizuki's SP club back is whether or not Banri can use his powers. It looked like he got a lot stronger in just this week. He should be more than good enough for the regional prelims. There's no reason for them to have me join their club. Yeah, because people get injured and we need villains. And plus you're just really smart, and even with reduced powers you're still powerful, and we just want you because you're really cool, and you're really pretty, and I want to date you as soon as people vote you in. And the bet I made with Banri ends today too. I'll just give up. I'll take this chance to just give up on using my powers. No! I'll never be as good as I was before, after all. No matter how much I practice. More importantly, I want to think about my date with Futaba. That's right, I'm much more interesting than superpowers. I came up with that on the spot, but I wouldn't have thought she'd give me the okay. It'd be a waste not to enjoy my date with her. What the hell's with that face? He just slipped into a different game or anime or something, and his nose disappeared. Whoa, I should get back to the shop now. Afternoon, Futaba. Something the matter? Date. Would you like to go on a date? Absolutely. I'm sure that was not suspicious at all. Mikado would never suspect anything out of that. Mikado is quick to act afterwards. When he goes to ask for permission from the manager, he tries to push for going on the date immediately. That's fine. After all, I'm the one who invited him. But... Hey, Futaba, where should we go first? The arcade, karaoke, or should we go shopping? Oh, tea wouldn't be bad either. I'm fine with whatever. Okay, why don't we go to that coffee shop over there first then? Oh, wait, actually, I think I'm in the mood to shop. See, at that shop over there. That sounds fine with me, but it looks like it's got quite the crowd. I'll be fine, I don't mind. Yeah? Why don't we go then? That was close. I have to keep him in crowds. That's right. It goes without saying that this date is all part of the plan for taking down Mikado.
Listen, Futaba. You have to stay in crowded places as much as possible when you're on your date with him. This is the final day of our bet with Koga. There's no doubt that he'll have his guard up and his radar on. After all, if I show up in a crowd of people all of a sudden, he won't be able to retaliate. But he shouldn't be able to use that radar forever. I think Koga will be exhausted by the time the date's over. That's when we strike.
Banri's strategy has us on the right track. And with all the signals flying around the city, his radar's precision's got to be lower. If things go as planned, and we use that when he's lost his energy... Alright, I gotta do my part and drag him around. What's the matter? Something on your mind? No, nothing. Forget that, let's go. Thus, a few hours pass. Mikado and I walk the entire shopping district like we're trying to conquer the area. Ah, that was fun. It's been a while since I've had such a good time. Really? Was I that much fun? What would you like to do next? Though, it's about time for all the big shops to close. It is a bit late after all. Why don't we head back to the dorms? I look at my wristwatch. The hands point to 11:30. Considering what's to come next, I think it's about time. Doesn't leave much time for the fight. Talk about last second. Mikado? Yeah? What is it? There's one last place I'd like to visit. Can we? There's but roughly 30 minutes until the promised deadline. It's under that time restriction that we come to this site of construction under a certain railway. I duck underneath the no entry tape and guide Mikado inside. Isn't this kind of a bad place to fight because you never know what kind of things are unstable in a construction site? And not to mention, what if you damage something? I mean, you're talking about using superpowers here. You don't want to damage people's work or mess up the mass transportation and cause any crashes. Never mind, it's a game. We don't need reality here. What do you plan on doing here? If you wanted it to be just us two, I had a better place in mind. No, it has to be here. I have my reasons. Reasons, huh? Well, it's true that you can go at it here with no issues. It's just right for the deciding match.
I guess you knew it after all.
I figured. He's been too smart about everything else to not figure that out. I know what you aimed for, too. You really thought this through. Yeah, I think your strategy is good. My radar is a little off precision, thanks to the day out on the town. How much of our plan does Mikado know? It's near impossible to read the thoughts from his detached frame of mind. He might even know the entirety of what we concocted. If he does, it might be the end of the line. But wouldn't it have been better to go ahead and try a surprise attack when you had me in a crowd of people? What are your reasons for showing yourself to me?
Isn't it obvious? So I can beat you, fair and square.
Those words ring out the gong for the final match.
Here I go. Ah!
Banri breaks out in a run toward Mikado at full speed. He brandishes a fist as he propels himself forward. Whoa there! You are really into this, aren't you? That punch was worlds apart from before.
The first rule of fighting is fight to kill. Don't lose to your emotions.
Rule of fighting? That's right. The truth is, Banri's been learning how to fight from Azuma. Oh, good. It's good that finally the other guys are actually doing something even though they haven't shown us in the game. It would be nice to actually see Azuma and Yamato again, please, at some point. But hopefully once we got Mikado recruited, we'll see them a lot more and actually be on track to the guy that we're actually trying to date. Alright, well anyway, next episode we get to see how this match turns out and if Banri can beat Mikado fair and square and get him to join the club. And if Mikado is actually going to join willingly and not just out of coercion. So I hope to see you there or on one of my other videos. And I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.